Stop.
Okay, so we can put something there.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I got this for you. After.
I'll stay until the break, okay?
Good.
My son was waiting yesterday, so
He was in today. Yeah. Looks thin, but he's in. He went to the party.
We call the meeting to order. Would everyone please rise and salute the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have roll call?
Counselor Hartranft?
Here.
Counselor Connolly?
Here.
Counselor Lockwood?
Here.
Counselor Sprague?
Here.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Here. Okay, under announcements, the town hall will be closed December 25th, 26th, 27th, the 30th, and the 31st, and January 1st, 2003. Court will be held December 30th, 2002 at 6 p.m. because of the increased number of tickets that have been recently issued. Okay, under committee reports, we have the assessor, and I have that one. This is submitted by Dave Gray. The town received a check last month in the amount of $3,997 from the Office of the State Controller. This comes from their STAR Administrative Fund for local governments. The state aid is to help offset the cost of administering the STAR program. I would like to thank those who sent me cards during my recovery. The cards and gift were very uplifting to me. It was great to hear from you. And that was submitted by Dave Gray. Building Inspector.
Activity report for November 2002. Building permits issued for manufactured homes, we had 3 for $274. Accessory buildings, we had 1 for $24. And additions, we had 1 for $100, for a total of $398. Inspections, building code 32, zoning 5, total of 37. Violation notices issued was 1. Certificates of occupancy issued 5. Certificate of compliances issued 1. And home occupation permit renewals for the year, we have 25 for $500, which gives a total of $898. There's 5 outstanding that we resent letters to if they want to continue to have their home occupation. I've been in touch with my assistant to find out if they're going to or not. If they don't, then they would have to relinquish that right and have to go through the process again. But we will give them one more notice, a third and final notice to do so. And that is from the very first year that we started this. This is 2 years later, and every 2 years there's a $20 fee to renew, and that way we can see if the people still are in business and want to continue to do that. That's the report.
Dog control.
I have dog control. I have, for the month of November 2002, 4 court appearance tickets issued, 50 calls received, 7 euthanized, 4 dogs housed at the kennel this month, 3 dogs at the kennel this meeting, 7 dogs reported lost, 400 miles traveled. Repairs to the kennel completed except for the septic tank was pumped. And the sink still needs to be repaired and 2 doors left to be done, and that was submitted by Edward Smith.
Highway.
Expenses for November 2002. Supplies and maintenance, $6,926.71. Payroll, $21,427.65. A total of $28,354.36. Will be reimbursed by the county for plowing $7,545.26. The payroll hours as follows: 716 machinery repair, 319 plowing and sanding, 16 hours on hauling, 96 hours on drainage work, for a total of 1,147 hours. For the month of November, we used 249 gallons of gas, 1,798 gallons of diesel fuel.
Historian.
This past year has brought many additions to the historian's office, pardon me, in the way of research, records, and participation in local events. Some of the activities involved, in no particular order, are the continuation of Volney history forums, bringing that number to 8, and I plan to further these in 2003. Also, the research on older residents both in Volney and Fulton, and attending historian meetings throughout the state. Also, many meetings with the Voorhees Park Restoration Committee and the procuring of the park's first plaque with the correct name. This was paid for by my good friend Robert Voorhees of North Carolina and his family, at my suggestion. His great-great-grandfather donated the land to the village of Fulton. And a note to that, our statue is sitting in that park also, in case you wondered. One of it was given and donated by the town of Volney. Also, 5 assisted orations for the tourists at Bristol Hill Congregational Church, and plus more research on the Volney involvement in the Underground Railroad. Also working with a committee for the funding of the Joyce McDonald Cancer Memorial, and also another shot at cleaning 2 of the old Volney cemeteries. The 16th cemetery excursion almost resulted in my staying there. Also meeting with local residents to give and receive local history, legend, and lore. Also speaking at the Volney Elementary School, Towpath Towers, and narrating for the Fulton 2nd Annual Canal Boat Tours on the Oswego River. And also researching and locating an observation journal written by a gentleman who traveled from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Oswego, New York in 1743. Think of that, that's about 60 years before we knew what was going on around here. And he used what is now known as the Oswego River. Also researched the history of the Volney District School 5 with some very good help, organized their first ever reunion. And that was a great success, and it was held at the Mount Pleasant Church. Also added many family genealogies to Volney records, and I'm still searching for Revolutionary vets and other veterans that are buried in Volney. And as some know, I designed a Volney town flag. I have a little note here, maybe someday it will fly. The idea and the flag, maybe. And most important of all, not to slam anybody, but I also managed to answer my mail. Thank you very much.
Okay, so your judge report?
The judge's office brings quite a bit of revenue into the town. And so I talked with Pat, and I said, you know, it really should be an idea if we do a report on the judge's office to let the people know exactly what goes on in the office. Not everything, because you know, you can't put everything down on paper. So she said she thought that probably would be a good idea. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. So what I started with just maybe some of the things that that comes in front of them. So this is for October. We went to October, and this is for October. And they had 97 cases started, 34 cases closed. The 97 cases included 78 traffic tickets, 11 criminal matters, 2 civil small claims evictions, 1 ticket written under the dog ordinance, 1 arraignment for family court, and 4 egg and market violations. Now for that month, they brought in $5,777.65. The comptroller takes $2,875 out of that money. We have to send that to the comptroller. The town income is $2,976.92. Does everybody understand what? Okay. If you have any questions, just ask and I'll find out. Now, this is a report for November. They had 235 cases started and 46 cases closed. 235 were traffic tickets. You know, they've been having seat belts and different things like that. They've been having, the troopers are stopping people for that. And so they had 14 criminal matters and 2 civil small claims evictions and 1 town dog or ordinance violation and 3 dog ordinations of the dog ordinance and 3 ag and market violations and 2 Department of Conservation violations, the environmental kind, and then they had 1 hunting violation, which is a different DEC. It's issued by the DEC, but it's different. I guess it's a little more serious. So the total receipts, $3,842.33. Comptroller, we sent to the comptroller, $1,362.25. The town income was $2,480.08. So you see, we get quite a bit of revenue from the courts.
Planning?
We held our monthly meeting on December 4th. We only had 1 application for review. Mr. Daniel Pai has submitted an application for a special use permit to build a pole barn on Creekside Drive. The pole barn is considered to be an accessory use for the Town of Volney zoning ordinances, Section ZO 1111A, Section ZO 111-2, and Section ZO 11-1. We scheduled a public hearing for the special use permit on January 2nd, 03 at 7 o'clock. And also we moved our regular monthly meeting due to the holiday to follow the public hearing.
Recreation?
We went to the Harry Potter movie on November 27th. We had 97 people show up. It was a really great movie. I think if we hadn't been there, there would have been all of maybe 10 people in the theater watching it. My announcements are I'll be getting together with the new recreation director to do all the end-of-the-year paperwork because I don't think it's fair to just throw that in somebody else's lap. I will be glad to help out and assist in any way, and I've enjoyed doing it, and I'd like to thank the town for allowing me to do it.
Town clerk?
During the month of November, we had $170 in certified copies. That's mostly deaf. And we sell county road maps at $3 a piece. And minor sales of copies was $15. Conservation is going down now because most everybody's got their licenses. It's $38.50. A town hall donation was $60. We licensed, we didn't license, but we renewed or licensed 56 dogs. We had 1 adoption and 1 redeemed for $355.15. Building permits and home occupancy collected. Again, I want to tell you that Don gives out the permits, we get the money. We like it that way. $792. Sold 1 zoning book for $10 and a subdivision book for $15. And we mailed out 25 delinquent dog notices. The Albany sends people their dog renewal notices. If they don't respond, they send us a copy of who they send to. If they don't respond within a month or a month and a half or something like that, we send out, we call them on the phone, we send out delinquent dog notices. If they don't come in then, we send our dog control officer with an appearance ticket. But we give them all the chances in the world to go ahead and pay that. So the monthly income was $1,649, and we paid out $190.35. And the total to the town was $1,458.65. Thank you.
Zoning?
Michelle Parrish, our regular zoning board meeting was last evening, December 11th, and we had a very quiet meeting. There was nothing before the board, so we just discussed some old business and closed the meeting. It was very quiet.
Okay, we'll go into old business. New business. Anyone here with a petition tonight? Okay, we'll do our resolutions.
Okay.
Resolution 2002-119, approval of minutes. Move to approve the November 14th meeting minutes for public hearing number 1, fireman's contract, public hearing number 2, special districts, public hearing number 3, 2003 preliminary budget, and the regular meeting minutes. The special meeting minutes for November 26th, public hearing and business meeting have been previously distributed to the board for their review without reading them aloud. I'll move it.
Second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes.
Counselor Conley?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.
Resolution 2002-120, transfer of funds. Move to authorize the supervisor to instruct the bookkeeper to transfer the following funds. From A 1990.4 contingency of A 7310.4 recreation contractual 142.63. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 9030.8 Social Security 150. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 3510.4 dog control $250. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 1620.1 building personal services $400. A 1990.4 contingency to A 5182.4 street lighting $187.38. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 1920.4 municipal dues $99. From A 1410.2 town clerk equipment to A 1410.4 town clerk contractual $350. From DA 9055.8 disability insurance to DA 9010.8 retirement $419. And from DA 5110.4 capital improvements to DA 5130.4 machinery $1,223.58. And I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes.
Counselor Conley?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.
Resolution 2002-121, payment of vouchers. Move to authorize the supervisor to instruct the bookkeeper to pay the following vouchers from the appropriate accounts. Vouchers 330 through 363 in the general fund in the amount of $52,403.24. Vouchers 242 through 264 highway fund in the amount of $6,926.71. And vouchers 8 and 9, Swiggle Healthcare Water, in the amount of $137.21, and voucher 16, Seneca Hill Sewer, in the amount of $101.63, as shown on abstracts number 12. In the general fund, we paid a buyback to Miller's for $38,341.35. I move it.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes.
Counselor Conley?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.
Resolution 2002-122, time and place to accept water petition. Move to accept any Town of Volney Airport Water District petitions before December 24th at the Town Hall between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., and on December 26, 2002, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at 1619 County Route 57, Fulton, New York, the town clerk's home. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Counselor Harris,
Yes.
Counselor Conley,
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood,
Yes.
Counselor Sprague.
I'll vote yes, but I just want to ask, is there going to be something on the, like the front door or something in case somebody comes here and they'll know they have to go there? I mean, somebody may not read the newspaper
I
or
already
something.
told the gentleman and gave him my,
Okay. Okay, good, thank you.
I mean, there's only been one petition given
Right.
out, so I've already told him.
Okay,
But,
thank you.
yeah, that's a good idea. We can put something on the door too.
Thank
You want us to make it 9 to 9:15 a.m. on the 26th? You should enjoy your day after Christmas.
Supervisor Lockwood.
Yes. Okay, we'll go into public comments. Yes.
I could make your water board meeting that Tuesday.
Doesn't he have to identify himself, Barb, so we know who he is?
You seriously want me to do it? Because I ended up going to the hospital, I got bit by a spider or a bee, I don't know what, but anyway, that's immaterial. I'm here to ask what is being done, if anything, about our Kingdom Road water project. I haven't heard a thing from anybody, not even the engineers, other than what you gave me. The people on that road are still waiting to hear.
Probably right at this point, we haven't done much more about it. I mean, it's got to get to the point where we're, again, just like this airport water district, we're going to have to write for grant money for it, because that's not going to fly. I mean, we were, what was it, almost $1,100 and some odd dollars per household? I mean, that's not even in line with the state controller. It's not going to let it happen.
Okay, is the town making any attempt to find some money? Yes or no?
No, not at this point. We've been busy with this other water district. I realize that, you know, there's no time to be working both of them at exactly the same time. I mean, this one's going to be, as far as the town board's concerned, this one will probably be cleaned up, you know, what we have to do on it by early spring, and then we can go to work on another water district. But at this point,
I mean, these people are going to be right down your throat come springtime, and I mean it.
well, we can tie that line in if they want to pay the money. All they got to do is everybody sign the petition, and the state controller will let it go through. But I don't think you're going to get everybody to sign a petition for that to fly at that price tag, you know. And that's not even, that's price was going with Scribe up, and that was not even installing a tank or anything. That's just laying the pipe. I mean, I gave you that, you know, and I told you that, you know, there's something more going to have to be done on this one, because it's just not going to happen that way. It can't, you know.
So why is this here taking so long?
Well, you're asking the same question that you just asked before. Why does it take so long to do a water district? Because it just takes a long time. I mean,
Paperwork.
there's a lot of paperwork needs to be done, you know, and when you turn something in, you don't hear nothing for 6 months, 8 months. I mean, these grants didn't come overnight, you know.
It goes in steps, and each step precedes or follows the preceding step, and you can't start the next step till that step. So right now, we've done the formal resolution to form the district. We've got to wait the 30 days to see if the petition comes in. If there's a valid petition, then you have to do the work to see if the signatures are valid and all this, and, you know, who's a voter and who has a deed, who doesn't, all this. And then it may go out for referendum, and that, if it goes for referendum, that's going to even slow it up probably another 6 months. So, I mean, it's just the way the process goes. It's slow. And we may end up losing all the money. Right now that we've got the grants for this other one. If it takes too long, they're going to withdraw the funds that we've already got. So we don't know where we're going right now until we see the end of the 30 days.
Well, I'll just have to contact the Board of Health then, and I will, because the water is contaminated. We have proof of that. And these people can't go another year.
Well, if we started that tonight, it would be at least 2 years.
Pardon me?
I guarantee you that.
Pardon me?
If we started working on that tonight, after this meeting was over with, it would be at least 2 years before you would even think about putting a piece of pipe in the ground.
Well,
I mean, you just don't walk in and start this, because it's not that way.
I mean, with the previous boards and everything else, that district, that water district that you're doing right now, what it originally cost, I mean, the contractor already had put the price in, everybody said no. Okay, now you're coming in with another $1 million or better, and the people are still saying no because they can't afford it. But
Who's saying no?
who's saying no?
We got one individual that's trying to, and it's never been formed as a district, so it's never been to the option of the people saying no. I mean, I don't know where you got that information.
The Bundy bill went through twice. It took 2 petitions and they went to referendum to do that.
Well, I'd like to see something done anyway, but
I think we'd like to see something done too. I mean, we
I
don't
want the whole
people-
town- I want the
we don't
whole
want
town
people-
Volney to get it,
We don't want people
Kevin.
living with bad water. The problem is it's not something we can just sign a document and have it done. All the residents have to be involved in the process, informed, they have to be given a right to say yes or say no. It's just a long process. And unfortunately, in your case, because of the distances involved,
I mean,
we got to come up
as an
with a better
example,
solution.
Dominic, you just made a statement, you'd like the whole town to be done. I don't know
Right.
if you realize, unless we have a billionaire that lives in this town and wants to be generous, how much that would cost. We had a price on this other district. We went out, we added, what do we add, Bunny Drive? We added a couple little spurs. We continued from Howard Road where the water main goes down to 57. We did a couple of things. It added $4, I think, or $4 or $6 to the cost. $4. $4. You should have heard the people, over $4. $4 a year, not $4 a day. $4 a year, and talk about the cost. And you're talking about $1,100 in taxes plus use, and now you're talking about doing the whole town. That isn't feasible. It just isn't feasible unless we have some kind of a major spill or something where we can get federal or some kind of state aid to come in and say this whole thing's contaminated. That's the only way it's ever going to fly. Honest to God, it's just too many houses in between for the cost of putting pipe down that road. I mean, it really is it's an expensive venture. I mean, we're going to try to get grants. We're going to try to get anything we can do. But right now, we're fighting one struggle. We can't fight all these battles at one time. We need to get this one, get through our 30 days, see how we end up. We could start right after the first of the year. We can get Barton LaJudas or whoever we decide to start writing some grants and then see what we can pursue with it. You know, but it's really hard. It's just not feasible.
I told you this before. We're paying close to $1,000 a year, just in the summer. I mean, $1,000 for a whole year is not going to really hurt us, because we're paying it within the 3 or 4 months, 5 months.
Well, I think if you brought that whole road up here and set them down in this room and you start talking $1,000 per house, there's going to be a lot of them that's going to say that it hurt them.
I've had a couple people approach me and I told them $1,100 and I thought they were going to have a heart attack.
You find out how many friends you have real quickly.
Right.
Surprising.
You'd be surprised at the people who say no when you put a price tag on it.
But we haven't given up. That's our next goal. That and get rid of all the spiders on Kingdom Road. Get rid of those too.
Well, I picked up a board. I got to clean up my yard, right? He says I got to clean up my yard. I picked up a board and all of a sudden, my neck swelled up like that. I don't know whether it was a bee or whether it was a spider.
So it's your fault.
Always goes back to
Okay, does anyone else have any public comment?
Yeah, anybody else?
However, that one.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, our future meetings, again, there's 2 here. They're going to be on one's on Sunday, December 29th, 2002, the town board's last bill signing agenda. That's going to be on a Sunday morning. That's at 8:45 a.m. In our organizational meeting, Normally we have it in the afternoon, but this year we thought we'd try to get it over with in the morning so that it wasn't spoiling the day for everybody, you know?
So that date is correct, because you've got up here, it's going to be closed January 1st. This January 1st is the correct date for that?
The organizational meeting is all, the town clerk's office is closed.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be opening it up for the organizational meeting.
Okay.
Okay, January 2nd is the next planning board. January 7th will be the next town board's bill signing agenda in preparation. And this, January 8th is the zoning board at 7 p.m. and January 9th is our next, would be our second, it won't be our next. Be our first regular town board meeting in January. Someone like,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes, but I'd like to say one thing. I'd like to thank Denise for doing such a nice job, excellent. The activities, the kids really enjoyed them. I think the recreation program has been excellent the whole time you've been in there. And I'd also like to thank Michelle for re-upping and reconsidering her decision to stay on as chairman. You've also done a lot for the town and always have some very good discussions. Keep them up. Thank you, Mo.
Counselor Connolly?
Yes, and I'd like to thank Dennis for getting us a tremendous historian. Can't forget our historian. He's done a great job this year, too.
I'd like to thank our code enforcement for, no, I'm just kidding.
Being our
And our
dark
planning
horse.
board.
Everybody's getting ready.
Absolutely. Everybody stand up and bow.
They next.
Of course, they know who the very best.
Who do we leave off with?
Counselor Lodge?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
And we're glad to have our town clerk back. And I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And Supervisor Lockwood, got anything?
yes, I'd like to wish everybody a happy holiday season too. And thank everybody for the efforts they put in this last year. Some of them have been difficult. And, but we've gotten through it. I think we've gotten through it quite fine.
Okay, the meeting's adjourned.